Hi, my name is Paul Polgar, and I'm the author of the book Standard Bearers of Equality, America's First Abolition Movement. My book reframes the history of American abolitionism by unearthing a previously underappreciated movement to end slavery in the United States that emerged in the Revolutionary period and peaked in the early national era, running through about the 1820s, when a new movement linking anti-slavery with colonization emerged. Now, this earlier movement, what I name the first abolition movement or first movement abolitionists, linked white with black actors and aimed to end slavery by making formerly enslaved people members of the body politic as virtuous citizens, at the same time as it aimed to overturn the deep well of white prejudice underlay and supported racial slavery in the United States and in the broader Atlantic world. Now, I wanted to share with you today a primary source, or two primary sources, the discovery, one of which was a really important moment for me in helping to symbolize the larger mores and values that the first abolition movement that I uncovered held. First, this image, which probably many, if not all of you, are familiar with. It was created by the London engraver Josiah Wedgwood in 1788, and it depicts an enslaved man on bended knee, pleading, "Am I not a man and a brother?" And this emblem went on to serve in a whole host of reform movements all the way through the 19th century across the Atlantic world. But a much less familiar emblem that altered this one came to serve as the seal for the Pennsylvania Abolition Society. Now, the Pennsylvania Abolition Society, which was the leading abolition society in the first abolition movement in the United States that I chronicle, they received Josiah Wedgwood's engraving, but they wanted to change it to make the enslaved person be represented, and I quote, "in a standing posture." I found that quote in the minutes of the Pennsylvania Abolition Society, and then linked it with this seal that came to act as the emblem for the Pennsylvania Abolition Society. And so I want to read briefly from an excerpt from my book in the introduction that, again, puts into words the meaning and import of this Pennsylvania Abolition Society emblem. In the Pennsylvania Abolition Society's image, the black man stands tall and appears in mid-stride, chest open, arm extended, and one palm facing out, as if greeting freedom with an assured sense of self-possession. Though the traces of bondage remain, unlike in Wedgwood's illustration, the manacle in the Pennsylvania Abolition Society seal lies broken at the formerly enslaved man's foot, implying that slavery would not continue indefinitely to define either people of African descent or the new nation in which they lived. The formerly enslaved man in this etching does not stand alone. His gaze is fixed upon a white abolitionist who has taken the black man's left hand and is looking forward, seemingly announcing to the world the arrival of a new epoch characterized not by racial slavery, but black liberty and empowerment. The white activist presence projects the conviction of abolition societies, such as the Pennsylvania Abolition Society, that they would play a key role in assisting enslaved people's transition to free persons, even as it indicates that the cause of emancipation would be a joint effort made up of both white and black actors. Yet the seal also implies a vision of the young republic in which people of color are included, their humanity recognized, their belonging confirmed, their rights as members of the new nation self-evident. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me lay out sort of the broad contours of my book and share with you a source that really embodies the goals of the actors that my book chronicles. I hope you check it out at some point. Thanks.